you saying we've had more funds in Naira equivalent to the
That's
Zenith
exactly
account
what I was saying earlier today. Someone like people in Nigeria, contrary to what we initially started with, the people in diaspora are donating less than people who are based in Nigeria.
That's interesting.
But that is to say that a lot of diaspora people who have accounts at home are also
paying. That's true. A lot of diaspora people are paying in Naira. But also remember that the GoFundMe started way before the Zenith account.
Exactly.
So if you add everything, the Zenith is still
and this tells you the story of how people at home are more interested, way more than you think you are. Whatever it's going to be, they are the ones who really need the revolutionary change, the transformation we're promising. This is amazing. So we have to mention some donors since the last show on January 24th. George Shima gave us 5,000 naira. Hilary Hiyimbo 7,000 naira. That's a regular donor. Samson Ojo Omorodion 20,000 naira. Wiwu Daniel 1,000 naira. Losumo Konlawo Waliu 2,000 naira. Naira. Ajibade Adedayo 5,000 naira. Awosika Okeyemi Temitayo 5,000 naira. Mudasiru Musa 5,000 naira. Daniel Temitope Francis 8,000 naira. Mafidon Lawrence 82 9,000 naira. Gabriel Olawale Akinjise 10,000 naira. Wati Beatrice Mose 10,000 naira. Frederick Hassanatu 10,000 naira. Osazo Jude Rishi 10,000 naira. James Osai Lawrence 10,000 naira. Abu Wahab Samsudin 10,000 naira. Eni Abire Olakunle, I like that name, 10,000 naira. Alamutu Adeyemi Abdurrauf 10,000 naira. Afolabi Kudus K 10,000 naira. Olu Yobo 20,000 naira. And if you are wondering why I know how to pronounce Nigerian names, I learned that from my dad, a teacher. If you're a teacher, you have to do that every morning. You know the register, they do register. So, and if I call your name and you're in the house, please say present, sir.
Present, sir.
Femi Adeyeye.
Present, sir.
Jerry Mike, I at this point now the teacher is stopped. I was sober. 20,000 naira.
Thank you.
Daniel Major Akwemoka 20,000 naira. Odinye Shinye or 50,000 naira.
Thank you.
Akodun Emmanuel Banjo 100,000 naira.
Thank you.
Ukina Meme Oseje 120,000 naira. Awoyemi Afiz Adedamola 1,000 naira. Adebowale Oluwagbemiga Sam 2,000 naira.
Thank you.
Bensi Grace Asomchi 5,000 naira. Malik Isiak Ishola 7,000 naira. Ikwawosa Itoha Mercy 10,000 naira. Shenowo Olabanji Olufemi 10,000 naira. The Transfers Remittances Limited for 13,000 naira 346 naira. Amoni Alake Powell 20,000 naira. Adewale Rufus Ojo Olakwe 20,000 naira.
Thank you.
Ogungbade Debo Joel 100,000 naira.
Wow.
Sogan and Titus Cummings 500 naira. This person donates regularly, small amount. These are people who really donate from the little they have.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not saying people donate 100,000 and not donate, but
yes.
I really appreciate these people. Thank you all for giving the little you have. Biola Ganiyu Bakari 1,000 naira. Olua Tosin Joshua Awolusi 3,000 naira. Kote Philo Ejiro 5,000 naira. Olabiola Oye Steven 20,000 naira.
Thank you.
Oluyokun Olumenga 50,000 naira.
Thank you.
Isaac Oba Onopasa 2,200.
Thank you. It'll be a remix.
Yes. Fola Sayo Adejuwon will be 10,000 naira.
Thank you.
There's some money here sent for jingles for 500,000 naira.
Thank you.
Gaduno, $50.
Thank you.
$100. Happiness Akane, regular donor, $100. Happy Bola Dear, $100. People Sojo, $20. Wonguyo you. This person is not in Nigeria, apparently maybe a wife of a Nigerian. Somebody who just loved this country to change. $50. Vera Kuti, $100. This is Kayode K. Steven Oyetunde OJ, $200. Flower, $25. No need, $200.
So no need to mention.
No need to mention. I guess this is another name for anonymous. Tara Dobo, $330. Sasu Bazwaye, $100. Bombs Lacking, $50. Sean Menami, $20. Ade Awotedu, $250. Fred Iyasere, regular donor, $100.
Thank you, Fred.
Jude Zomba, $300. Uluajayi, $15. Godwin Aduwa, $20. Anonymous, $25. Eda Oladilo Bikonye, $20. Mami Oluyinka Obikonye, this is her husband and wife, I would think.
Yes.
$20, thank you. The last one at Debayo, $50. Special mention category, this 50,000 naira and above category is Odinye Shinye, 50,000 naira.
Thank you.
Emmanuel Banjo, 100K. Kina Meme Oseje, 120K.
Thank you.
Oluwale Debo Joel, 100K.
Thank you.
Oluyokolu Benga, 50K. The Jingles Woman, 500K. Farah Anthony Shibuna, 92,940. People donated $200 and above on GoFundMe. Kayode Steven Ojetunde.
That's right.
And No Need as well. Ade Awotedu, $250. People Zomba, $300. Farah Dogo for $330. Thank you guys. So, if you're out there, we want to give a special birthday shout out to Etu Mohammed. He's not a member of our party, but he's a pretty cool guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's a member of NRP and he's running in Lagos, actually. I hope he's not running against one of our candidates.
No.
Oh, if he is, we're going to beat him.
Yeah. But since he's not, we can afford to.
Is one of the coolest guys out there. He's 39 years old.
Yes.
And Etu, if you're watching and listening,
Happy
we love
birthday.
you here and happy birthday to you. And to those of you who are having your birthday today, wishing you
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you guys. We have complaints, real complaints from people who have been making donations to PayPal, and some did some kind of donation from across the US in particular.
Zelle.
Zelle, they've been sending money and we have somehow not been mentioning their names and we apologize. But we will start with Yinka Obasa, who sent us $1,000.
Thank you. Take it back.
So it's so guys, please permit me to read out their names. These are amazing people. Oluwatosin who gave us $50.
Thank you.
Omitope Akomolafe, these are US people, $250. Asiza Bimbola, $24.13.
Change from something.
Donny Kelvin, $21.63.
Thank you.
Oluwatisayo Alo, $12.08. Alexandra Aji, $12.08. Janet Agbire Mole, $32.71. Uwadare Kweson, $121.28. Adewale Razaki Awoshegun, $100. Olaji Bako, $100. Dingo Koro, €25. Bakari was €100. That's more than $100.
Yeah.
People like their names to be pronounced. I mean, their currencies to be pronounced appropriately.
Absolutely.
Because there's seniority in currency.
Yeah.
I heard
Even
the Liberian dollar is higher than Naira.
Correct.
That's so sad. Real one, Ojibara, This is okay. This is Dingo Koro for €25, and Riwan Ojibara donated $6.09. Riwan again $6.11. There's someone with Divine Snacks, $30.
Thank you.
Dari Kundayo, $50. Victor Rimben, $50. Adebayo Gabriel, $100. Folabi Olomo Kugbe, $50. Idris, $5.49. Mr. Paula Kunji, $50. Ayoyemi Olubuyi, $100. Steven Jagboro, $43.50. Olulokwe Koya, $50. On Point Events, $290. Arif Anibaba, $20.61. Akin Lawole Fatus, €50. Omo Bude Augustine, $5.44. Osaro Wese Imagbo Vowan Wadiai, $25.
Yeah, that's
It's starting to get that. Those ones came from PayPal.
But that's Favor. I know that Wadia fellow. His name on Facebook is Favor. If it's the same person, it's him, right? If it's the same person, then thank you very much.
These are Chicago contributors. Olusebuka Obioha. Oh,
Ebuka Obioha.
They didn't say how much though. All right, I think they didn't specify the amount, but let's just run through their names. They're amazing people. Moses Alade, Kolawole Solomon, Ogugua, Iwelu, Ian Olufunso Solade, Alende Elijah, Josephine Sakwe, Moses Salami, Femi Matimoju, Felix Odusaga, Olasumbo Atoyebi, this Ohio Asaya. Yeah, Ohio is our Chicago chair.
Right.
Yes, give him a round of applause. Oladimeji Oladapo, Comrade Ogugu, Prince Adenuga Shoribo, Nuruddin Balogun, Femi Adekoya, Babajide Ola Brahimo, Dr. Tawa Ibikunle Salami, Larry Enobakari, Babatunde Olukoye, Adifagbala Abolaji, Pastor Emmanuel Georgewell, Professor Nike, Nike, Ademola Afolabi, Williamson, Dr. Williamson. This is a live band from Chicago, and architect. There's a live band that donated their time when we were there.
Right.
And architect Femi Adroja. And to all our other vibrant supporters who attended the town hall meeting, funders that contributed in one way or the other to the movement and party Chicago area. Thank you guys a lot.
Thank you.
Take it back. Action. No going back.
Man. So this is for people in Minnesota. Comrade Kenny Kalejai, Pastor Leha, Olufadeji Amele, Mr. Babington, Mark Eze, very popular guy like that. That guy has a solution to all our accounting problems. He can't wait for us to win. He will come and solve it. Leia Uluwa Tula, Dr. Mokodion, B.O. Gunjimi, Professor Zalanga, Mr. and Mrs. Fumbi Olushina, Clement Alonge, Charles Gifredo, Ojo Fati, Jawere, Pastor Sam Ogbonaya, and Mrs. Falade. These are also names of contributors. Mr. Ken Lukman, Eluku, Bayo Daramola, Pius Omorega, West and Dochi Dotun Ogunleye. Thank you guys a lot.
Thank you.
So that's how
Should
far
we
we
check
can.
the Zenith balance right now so that we'll know
before we start.
Yes.
Zenith is not transmitting tonight, though. Yes. So.
Do I know online?
No, yeah. Well, no, we issued a statement on my Facebook page the day happened that finally Buhari has gone bonkers.
Yes.
And he has become a full dictator. So, but let also be very clear that both sides are bad for Nigeria.
Correct.
The CGN side, the PDP people, and the APC people, they are all bad for Nigeria, and we need a clean break I'm saying this because as of 2 years ago, Sahara reporters reported that the CGN had money in the accounts. Millions.
That he hadn't declared.
EFCC was instructed to issue a report, and they tried to disgrace us. They said we lied, that the man is a clean man. What is natural about Nigerian leadership is that they always use for compromise people to man sensitive positions.
So that in
INEC,
case they need to get rid of
Central Bank of Nigeria, Central, the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Remember, I gave a speech in London where I said the Chief Justice of Nigeria is a friend of the Chief Thief of Nigeria. They're all friends, and that is where we are now. So, but we must resist any attempts, to carry out a coup in Nigeria against, bodies that are supposed to, represent and prop up our democratic process. So, on that note, we plan to protest alongside some lawyers tomorrow.
Right.
So that we can continue to let them know that we don't support what they're doing, but do not take our protest as a support for the PDP characters who would have done worse than this. During their own time, they did the same thing. They removed a judge. I think it was Justice Salami, and they asked the heaven to fall, and the heaven didn't fall. So they're all the same. And the people who were in PDP then were in APC now. Some of the people in APC then are now in PDP now. These guys are the same people. So that's our position on that. Do we have other questions?
Yes, but a lot are asking of where our secretariat is. Yes, there's a question for you, Ms. Pedro.
Okay.
What's the process in getting to become polling booth agent?
Fantastic question. So like we previously mentioned, any polling booth where we don't have an agent is a polling booth that we cannot guarantee that our votes would be secure. We will be putting up all of the details to do with polling booths during and after this broadcast. You can either register online using the Google form. So that when you register online, I know a lot of people are saying, why must they register online? Why can't they write their name on a piece of paper? This is because once you register online, the information that you give actually goes directly to PVC. That lets us know it's normally 2 numbers /2 numbers /2 numbers /3 numbers, and that just lets us know what polling booth you are calling from or that you're going to be manning on that day. Another question that we get a lot of is if I don't have a PVC or if I only have a temporary voter's card, or I wasn't able to get a PVC, or I've never registered to vote and I couldn't make it before the registration closed, can I still be a polling booth agent? 100%. It just means you're actually more mobile, because if you have a PVC, we can't ask you to go and to monitor a polling booth separate from the one that you're supposed to vote at. So if you don't have a PVC, you can literally go to anywhere that's convenient for you within your area that doesn't already have a polling booth, and then volunteer to monitor those polling booths. So let's say this as well. What does volunteering mean? What will we be asking you to do on that day? You are just to report back to AAC if there's any malpractice at your polling booth, if there's any ballot box being snatched, or they refuse to register some people, or they were trying to force some people to vote for certain parties. And then if you are present if you are allowed to be present at a place where the votes are actually being counted, you can download our mobile app, which is the AAC Party app, on Google Play Store. Unfortunately, it's not on the iOS platform. It's only on the Android store, and it's so powerful. Instead of you typing what you're doing, you can literally just see a drop-down box. If your ballot box was snatched, you'll just see the option for snatch. You tick it. If the voting materials were either late or incomplete, or they didn't turn up, you'll see the option right there. And then there's an option to actually take a picture. So you can take a picture once they've recorded all of the scores. Once the scores have entered, they will record the scores. You can actually take a picture. So if someone comes tomorrow and says, no, in this polling unit there were no votes for AAC, you will actually have provided us with the proof that says there were votes for AAC. and I think this is something that you said was part of the way that Buhari was able to emerge successful against an incumbent government, was simply because Sahara was doing live reporting and was giving and tabulation in real time. Because the problem is at night. If they carry the ballot box away,
the moment those ballot boxes enter at night time,
or somebody says we are coming first,
come out white the next day.
Yes. So
especially for the ruling party.
The real-time reporting is when people are talking about rigging. It is only when there is any shroud of darkness around what is being done at that polling booth. So please, whether you have a PVC, whether you don't, whether you've ever voted before, come out and vote. Definitely, if you've got a PVC, please vote AAC. If you don't, we still need your services. Please help us secure the elections.
So, sir, this Idris will not let me be. So he says he thinks it's a good strategy and he doesn't know how it will work, but it will help if you can get your name on a drink like Guinness, Coca-Cola, Fanta, or even water, etc. If people buy it, they will see your face.
That one, it would work only if anybody will allow any company to put that name.
Yes. And
it's what we're going through even at NTA. Just to
when
2 hour interview, they're scrambling half of. I don't think it will work. So, but what we work, we work.
Yeah.
So let's announce some new donations on GoFundMe.
Nice.
Timilade Alamudu, $150.
Wow, thank you.
There's a guy who said, don't mention my name. I said, I would like to be anonymous. Could you please discuss off camera about the numbers of polling agents currently available? Millions of Nigerians are with you and we all love you. AAC.
Take it back.
He donated $50.
Thank you very much.
Elizabeth Ayodele donated $150.
Thank you very much.
So God bless. Thank you for your hard work. And Jeanette Olushola Akurinade also donated $100.
Thank you.
So this the new donors. If you make a donation while we're here, we'll announce your donation. If I can get a power bank, I appreciate for this one. I think my suspicion is that Zenith Bank is not transmitting alerts at this point.
Does someone want to test it?
Yes, I don't know. So there's someone though who on Facebook said, Anonymous, please confirm if you got a $151.79 sent on January 24 paper. I want Ogun Deep to get $70.
Right, okay. So let's, I don't have the information in front of me, but I'm sure we can
and this
get...
person also sent another one. Okay, that's the same 145. Maybe they sent twice, according to them. So don't mention my name.
Ogun Deep. So what's Deep? For those who've never heard of Deep, Deep is Diaspora Engagement Empowerment Program. Thank you. A+. Deep just means there are people in diaspora who are happy to donate, but they're actually passionate about donating to their states, either the states they're from or the states they grew up in, to mobilize certain states. So whereas we do fundraising like we do on the couch every night or as many nights as possible, we also have targeted fundraising as well. So someone says, look, I've got £100 or $100. I wanted to go to Ogun State, as is the case of this person, or any other state, and I want it to be used for posters. Or they can say, well, I want to donate megaphones, or I want to donate this or that. Some of you guys out there are so generous that you're actually happy to not just donate to your state, but actually to states where we don't have a lot of diaspora representation. So Taraba, Adamawa, Yola, Gombe, and things like that. So there are people who specifically ask for the funds they donate to go to northern states, to states that need them. So that's exactly what Deep is. If that's something that you're interested in, once again, just signify, and someone will be in touch with you after the broadcast.
Signify by raising up your hand.
Do
I
like
have a
this.
question here, Miss Peja.
Okay.
Paul wants to know that what if those submitting their names are agents of APC or PDP? Are there any
Fantastic
checks on this?
So yes, we do our checks. You submit a name. Trust me, we go through your Facebook. We go through.
We shouldn't be saying how we.
We do our checks. We work out if the.
Check,
But let's talk about what the app does. It's not for AAC. It's not for PDP. It is just for transparency. It is just for you to say, at this polling booth, it went fine. Nobody rigged it. Nobody carried the ballot box and ran with it. No one stuffed the ballot box. This is the number for AAC. This is number for APC. And then you take a snapshot of that result. You can't modify it or change that. That's the picture of the things that are being counted. Oh, and I should also mention, we are not INEC, please.
Yeah.
Because INEC thinks, who are we to be announcing poll results? And they're not very happy. Please, it's not an AAC app, it's a Take It Back app. Take It Back has always been a pressure group, pressurizing the powers that be to do the right thing.
Don't even be defensive. If INEC like, they can get upset.
No, they can let them release their results. We're just saying our results.
They release their result, we release our result.
Exactly. Our results
It's a
are
comparison
going to
between the two results that will determine the original.
be and the winner.
So I wanted to say that when we did this 2015 with Sahara Reporters, what was amazing was what made it credible. We were getting results from APC and PDP and comparing. So we had access to some of their situation room people and say, okay, this is what we got in Shagamu. APC will send their own too, and you'll be surprised that they match.
Okay.
Yeah, because there are places where they want to, play games. It's very easy to find out. Then you go for the observers, and they'll give you the accurate numbers. And we had a lot of people out there in those days. We now have some drones that are coming in from the UK, so you're gonna see, if you see drone flying on top of you on that day, just know it might be from us. But we're not the only ones sending out drones. A lot of people are gonna be bringing in drones. They already have them. There's nothing you can do about it. And please do not let INEC discourage you from taking your phones inside the place.
Yes.
Make sure that whatever you can do, capture on camera, capture it. So you guys, don't worry, INEC, do your own thing, and we do our own thing.
Question.
No long thing.
Questions.
I am going to ask for you.
Okay.
I've registered online and there was no response confirming if it was successful or not. Is this how the site will work?
This is what?
Is this how the site will work?
So normally once you register, I think there should be an automated message. I think you should check if you got your email correct. Definitely, yes, if you got your email correct, you should check your automated, there will be an automated message. Maybe check your spam box. If not, please leave your name and we'll make sure someone gets in touch with you.
Yeah.
When is Edo State rally?
February 4th.
Yeah.
And now yesterday will be Friday coming up. We're going to be in Ghana on Wednesday night. Some of us, not everybody. And when we get there, we're planning to have a meet and greet in Accra on Wednesday evening, and then on Thursday we'll be having an interview with is it Para? How do you pronounce the guy who does mock news?
Para.
So we're gonna have a mock news live interview. Amazing guy.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to. So somebody asked me to explain that some people feel like it takes too much time to be thanking people individually, but we don't know what it means for people to actually reach out to deep inside their pockets and give you money, and this money is not going to God; it's going to man. So it's not like tithes. We don't announce tithes. Yeah, I know the Christian people are upset with me already, but this is something that one person trusts you enough to give to you and say, and we think they deserve, recognition and commendation and what's that in the accolades.
Yes.
So that's why we do it, and we find that a lot of people really, really appreciate it, and some people don't like it. They want to be anonymous, so the person shaking his head at the back. He has never contributed before. Just kidding. So please, if you opted to be anonymous and we mentioned your name, it wasn't deliberate. It's just because there's a lot of people out there. We're trying to reach out to everybody, and that's how it happened. Well, so are there more questions?
Yeah,
yes.
2 questions. First, what's the update on the TVC voting, the debate that's about to come up on TVC?
You tell us.
Okay, well, the update, guys, is we've been shortlisted, so we'll communicate the date. Yes, sir. We'll communicate the date to you soon. I'll confirm, and then the second one for you, Miss Pedro. Can there be a proper workshop for all the agents that represent AAC during the election to enable them get proper orientation on how to carry out their duties?
Absolutely. But it may not happen in a workshop setting.
Yes.
It's a virtual, when we do a virtual workshop, and we'll send messages to people.
Yes.
Depending on who they are, some people can read, some other people we might need to talk to them, send them a short video. Some people we might gather together in places like Lagos. We need 120,000 agents. That's more than like 4 universities.
Yes.
And you gotta teach them how to do it. You didn't have any
That's
professors. A lot. But we'll do it. We'll do our best to reach out to everybody.
We could do a video and share it on
Yes,
social media platforms.
Yes.
Also do a video and share.
Devin Love is asking to confirm $100 donation. Said he donated.
Just now, is that by
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be
Okay, Zenith Bank seems to have come back
to be awake.
life, yeah. Maybe there's like a donor fatigue with some of our donors.
There we go.
Zenith Bank came back to life.
So let's go to the GoFundMe.
No, Zenith is here first.
Okay.
Raji Abdulaziz Olatunbosun, 10,000 naira. Adeniji Oluwatosin, 300 naira. That's me still trying this thing. Come and take back your money. Ogunya Living Quick Comfort, 2,000 naira.
Thank you.
It's working, so we
We're
still
testing.
we'll
No,
give back your
what do you
trust.
ask that to test? We said we should test.
Somebody tested, but you know you didn't have that. They will collect back their money now. With interest.
No. Never.
So yeah, cool. So that's it. Let's go to GoFundMe. We're still getting that hourly thing. Nothing new.
No.
Okay.
Not just yet.
Yeah.
Nino Felix is asking.
Facebook back. When GoFundMe back to life, people.
Nino is asking when you are heading to Agbo.
Agbo.
That's dead, sir.
Well, we're planning a Sabbath, so I think that's going to be, I think the tentative date is February 9th.
Okay. And Honorable Adio wants to know where you'll be voting on election day.
Where I will be voting?
Nigeria.
It's going to be Nigeria. It's too early to disclose my location. I'll be voting underwater.
Then when is our own rally coming up in Lagos? Abiola Oluwale.
Lagos is being planned.
February.
February? Yeah. February.
You have a
Lagos people
question
can't
on
wait.
YouTube. Louis Jackson, please sir, when will you visit Uromi?
Uromi.
Yes.
Uromi is Delta,
That's on the
isn't it?
4th.
That's Edo State.
Edo Benin
When is
State.
it?
On the 4th.
Fourth.
That's
Are we going to
the
reach
mega
Uromi
rally.
now there?
No, but that's like the mega rally.
Yeah, Edo State.
That's a
Is there a plan for Mina Niger State?
We went to, we did Niger.
We did Suleja.
Suleja, but not Mina.
Not me, no.
Who knows? We might make it back there. We still have plans to go to some, places that just special places. Maybe Mina might come up. We plan Calabar that way. Maybe Mina, Lauren. So we'll see, guys.
Tanya wants to know why your wife is not public.
My wife is not public. She's public.
She said she's not supporting you.
She's not supporting. She's supporting. Why do you think I'm here? You don't know my wife. If she's not supporting me, man, she will hold my trouser. Drag me out of here. No, she is. Yeah. I'm enough. I'm handful enough. She's just supporting me is big enough work. There's a donation of $100 from Nwabuze Susan Opute Sumosu for $100. Says said, can Sowore come outside of Nigeria to Namibia? God bless AAC. I don't think we can do it. Yeah. I wish
I
we
can do.
Yeah. Yes.
Let me come here, real.
And do division of labor. So let's look at.
Have you got questions?
Are there plans to go to Ijebu and OOU Agowe?
We're supposed to be
Yeah, we have plans for Ogun. I think that's, I don't know, but we'll let you know. Keep an eye on the Facebook page.
Jason Wise, would you ruthlessly tackle corruption or use a soft glove through our corrupt judiciary system?
You said you're going to disrupt
criminality. I mean, on NTA, we said it, we're very clear about it. Those three
disrupt
stages of
criminality.
prevention, enforcement, and consequence.
Absolutely.
You know, it's called PEC, prevention, enforcement, and consequences. PEC. They'll be getting a peck on their faces. Yes. So, nothing new has come. If you have questions, ask us.
I guess this person is a new supporter. How can we vote for those of us in diaspora?
If you're in diaspora and you have not registered and you're not home or planning to come home, probably it's too late.
Oh,
You may have to wait till the next. This is 2 cents. I just love hearing all the various mispronunciation of your name, from Sowore to Sowore.
Yes.
It depends on which region of Nigeria.
You don't have to know how to spell the name. Just know AAC.
The one that's most annoying to me are Yoruba people who call me Shewere. You know, I'll just say, Father, forgive me. I don't know what you're doing.
Question for you.
Yes.
Solar Show. Zena, please, I'm directing this question to President personally. First, how did MK Abiola family, our MK Abiola's family supporting this campaign? Because we all know what you did. Second, I would advise you do not go for the TVC debate because they can plan evil. I'm asking the question from Fiji Island.
Yeah.
Ooh, beautiful place.
You know, trust me, during Abiola's burial, it's a very interesting thing that I'll talk about it on that day. I think, you know, he had his biological children and he had his political children. The biological children are not exactly politically, you know, are still people. But those of us who were political are the people you are talking to today. I think I don't want to determine how they decide who they support. It's not my job. I just think that some of the things I've read that they said about this election is appalling. I'm sure their father is turning in his grave right there. So, I don't want to worry about Abiola's children. During his burial, we had to physically fight at his house because they were expecting Babangida Abacha to come and we refused, and they weren't happy about it. Yes, I mean, it's that terrible. We've told you the story of how even as Abiola was dying in prison, Kola was dating Babangida's daughter. You know, it didn't make sense to anybody. Yeah. So that's a story for another day.
Odunayo Adeni, I haven't been seeing your advert on television. Can something be done about that? At least on local TV. But we'll put out the times. We have jingles running in Osun State.
Yeah.
And we're actually
stations.
working in Osun and Ondo, and we're actually working on nationwide jingles right now, and we're fundraising for that.
Yeah.
So
if you want to support the
jingles, if you would like to support the jingles drive,
yes,
it's going into the same Zenith account that you know that is pinned to the Facebook, and we're trying to get to 3.8 million naira. That's how much it'll take to have jingles playing 3 times a day, nationwide, every day up until election time. So if you'd like to support that movement, please put jingles as a reference.
Yes.
Otherwise,
it will go to other causes.
Yes, exactly.
Agemelo George, this message is to Sowore directly. I've never voted, but I will now because I have faith. If you do win and make history, promise that in some way you always find a way to be interactive with Nigerians.
100%.
I will be.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As the UK says, yes, the corrupt officials will get pecked. Pecked. And guys are creative. How are you, my president? Is your rally going to be in Lagos Island or mainland? Thank you and God bless. Lady Glory.
I think it's both.
You'll be in both places.
We've been in both places, yeah.
Yeah, one will happen before the other. Dear Yele, could it be possible that by encouraging voters to take their funds into polling booths may help the verification process who may snap photograph of their optional vote to collect their promised gift from the corrupt bidders afterwards? No, the corrupt bidders know how to get validation. Trust me. It's now moved from phone to how they fold. When they are folding, they will be folding to the man who's hiding on the other side of the wall, if there's a wall. So we want to do this so that we can get accurate information about how many votes we have, and we can start tabulating before they come out with their evil numbers. So,
Question.
my president, why are there two AAC apps in Play Store? I don't want to send people to the wrong one.
They need to go to the one that is being developed and propagated by AAC, the African Action Congress.
So there are two.
There's one called Kemito or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the fake one.
That's the fake one.
So
Yes,
there's the
there's-
fake one and there's the original one.
The original one is by African Action Congress, please.
All right.
Question.
Question. Go ahead.
But Daniel, will Mr. President be using the Lagos Marathon to raise funds? If yes, it would be a good idea.
If you want to, contribute to the race, then I'll run faster.
Madola Sakra, please tell the president that my 74-year-old mother will be at the polling unit for him alone.
Oh, wow. Wow. And this will make me come to something we found out in the north. You know how like they always tell you like, oh, Buhari owns the north. I cannot count how many people stopped us in Bauchi or stopped to say, hey, Sowore, I'm voting for you. It's countless number of people. And the same thing with Gombe. People you thought never knew us. In fact, there was a guy who was screaming on the side of the I saw Sowore in Gombe. I've seen Sowore in Gombe. Like, it's amazing, This country is ripe for this. And one thing that I have to say is that the propaganda that we don't have structure is a lie. The second thing that I noticed is that, there's the ethnicity that they've played on since they seem to have outplayed their hands with ethnicity and religion. Nobody's fooled anymore. And people are just like embracing us everywhere we went, And it's been amazing that people all over the country, as I usually say, I've never been to this many places in Nigeria before, and it's a privilege to have been with you guys everywhere we've been and where we've had a great reception. And there are a lot of silent voters out there who are like just waiting for election day. If you're one of those people, please, you have made the right decision if you are voting for us. If you're one of those people who have not decided at this time, by not deciding, you have voted for another idiot for another 4 years. I'm sorry to say that's the truth. But if you decide and do the right thing, we will all be all right. And I just also must keep thanking people, young people, old people, who are just combining their energy, their resources to help us. People are genuinely out there helping out. So many of them are not even talking to us, they're not contacting us, they're setting up their own structures, they're convincing people. I've had people tell me that they have cookouts on weekends just to say, we're voting for Sowore, come and chop in my house. There are people who are planning to carpool to the vote, they'll carry people to, if they let them drive together. Lots of things are happening that is beyond us, it's completely beyond us here. So, thank you guys.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
For you, Miss Pedro,
No going back.
the AAC app is not up to date in terms of upcoming rallies and event dates. Please
Who
do
is in charge
something
of
about
this?
that.
The app is supposed to be updated. They said it's not up to
The
date.
geeky guys.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
You'll be welcome. Romeo Andre Villa is asking, how can we meet you when you come to Ghana?
Ghana. So just be on standby so that we'll tell you the location. We are looking for a restaurant, if you know of a restaurant or a place that is central to Nigerians in Accra, you can also recommend. Or if you want to contribute a spot, let us know. We've been working on it for the last few hours. By tomorrow, definitely we'll know where we'll be in Accra. We really want to meet a lot of you who are based in Accra. Whomever want to show up, you can also start sending us messages. My number here is +234 818 823 7529. Accra people, it's gonna be Akwaba. Akwaba, that's welcome.
Question for you, sir. Still from Fiji Island. He wants to know what are your plans for
Spintex.
Spintex?
Yeah.
That's the meeting spot?
Yeah, in Accra.
Spintex.
For mock news.
No, that's Thursday. We're talking about Wednesday evening, where people want to meet and
Yeah, we can do Numba area.
Do you have a restaurant there?
Yes.
Okay. You let's contact the person first before we make a decision. But I'm sure before we leave this place, somebody might have even donated a space.
Spot, yeah.
Yes, spot.
Question is, what's the president going to do in tackling Nigerians in prisons around the world? I've seen our innocent Nigerians in prisons in over 20 countries.
I will definitely make sure that our diplomats are doing their jobs. Most Nigerian diplomats are not working for Nigeria. They're not working for anybody, period. If a U.S. citizen were to go to police detention tonight, by tomorrow morning, the diplomat, by tonight, in fact, they will go and check you out. Even if you are a naturalized citizen. Nigerians, I think, if they hear that you go to prison where they're diplomat, they'll ask the prison authorities, please double the number of yes, these people. It's the way we treat our citizens. We had a sit down with a diplomat who had a retired diplomat, and we're like asking him all these questions. And thank you, sir. I don't want to mention your name because I don't want to prejudice against you. And one thing he said to us that you can't beat, he said, "Look, all this foreign policy thing we talk about is dependent on your domestic policy.
Yes.
It's the way you lay your bed that the whole world will help you lie on it."
Yes.
So, without getting it right at home, forget it. If you like, go and build the highest building in New York today. They don't care about you as long as your citizens are hungry, they're in poverty, they're living on less than $1 per day, and you're not addressing it. You simply don't have any,
Any sort of
foreign
clout,
policy or clout as long as the people are suffering. That's the truth. So, our people are going to prison abroad and treated the way they are because they're going to prison here tonight. I'm sure like SARS is out there, arresting innocent persons simply because they wearing a hood. It's
using expensive phones.
Yes, or using expensive phones.
Or carrying a rucksack.
Exactly.
So you have a question on YouTube, Clara Cole. Please, Mr. President, how are you going to handle the Biafra agitation issue? Because it requires a very good attention.
I'm totally in support of agitation for justice, and the Biafrans are not different. They feel cheated in this country. I'm the one who said, and I repeat here today, that it's not only Biafrans who are planning to secede from Nigeria. A lot of people are mentally seceded from Nigeria because the country is unjust, it's unfair, it's a wicked place. It's a place where you're likely to die before you hit the age of 5. Who wants to live here? Honestly, this is hell on earth. They've been made hell on earth for us. I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart. So, if there is justice, the Biafrans will, of course, stay in Nigeria. If there's no justice, even the Biafran states will become a problem later on, especially with the kind of characters who are managing Nigeria. If you break up Nigeria today, every thief will return back to their homes. So, even what they have to share at the national level becomes smaller. So the Biafra ones, the Odua ones, everybody will go back and keep doing the same things. So, and I have said it and I'm repeating here that as soon as I'm elected president, I will offer an apology to the Igbos for what we did, killing 3 million of their brothers, sisters, and kids, either with starvation or by war, But all of us, especially Biafrans, must stop voting for people who fought the war.
Yes.
These people still have the war mentality. They want to still conquer everywhere, and Igbo land is not different. It's the reason why you don't have a third mainland, second Niger bridge. By now we should have had a fifth Niger bridge. It doesn't matter because, the moment we do justice to Biafrans, the real restructuring we are looking for in Nigeria will start from that. That's the beginning of restructuring right there. Of course, the rest will be economic, Why do we buy shoes from Italy when we can buy from Abba? These guys have shown that, they can make anything happen.
Innovation.
But we don't love them because we don't see them as part of Nigeria. We fought a war, they said no vanquished, no winner, but somebody definitely has been vanquished since the war ended. Or they claim the war ended. But mentally, this war has not ended. It's the reason why instead of fixing roads in the Biafran part of town, we are sending them operations, crocodile teeth, and all this snakes. But we urge all our brothers who are Biafrans that we are all Biafrans because the Biafran spirit is the spirit that's fighting injustice in this land. But we must come together, and because our enemies are spread all over the place, both in Biafra land and outside of Biafra land. We find out that the person that is likely to kill an Igbo person is also an Igbo person who is a SAS officer in Akunzo, was that place where they killed a lot of Biafra agitators. When they went and killed people at that secondary school in Aba, I was the one who uploaded the thing on Sahara Reporters YouTube, and I know what the kind of flags I got from a lot of people, but I stood by before Amnesty International eventually picked up the story. So let's work together, and the moment there's justice, an Igbo man needs his village, but they also need a huge expanse of space to do business. And you will love this country by then. You will love this nation. As I said recently, Nigeria was initially set up as a nation, but has become a business. And any nation that is set up as a business can never work in the interest of the majority. So that's where we are. I hope I've been able to answer your question deeply. It's not as simple as we make it sound here. It's deeper than that, and I know conversations need to happen. And that's the reason why I'm always very open and to discuss the Biafran struggle in any way that makes sense. But I know it's a very, this one I will admit is complex because of the way different people look at it differently.
Omoyele Sowore is asking, please, Mr. President, what are your plans for abandoned projects and continuity in Nigeria?
The entire Nigerian nation has been abandoned. Yes. So the moment you take it back, all the projects we have to be completed.
Resuscitate.
Yes, we'll complete all the projects. The first project that needs to be completed is the Nigerian project. Because this country has been abandoned right now. In traveling around this country, I know that I can tell you that almost 80% of Nigeria is on government territory. Nobody's in charge, no government. People are just going about doing things daily the way it's possible,
Some people right here is asking, still waiting for UK account for people.
You want to donate from UK?
Yes, UK account number.
Listen,
So I think the people in the UK, the easiest thing for them to do is to actually donate through PayPal. The PayPal, the official PayPal address is donate@shore2019.org. It's a straightforward.
what about the Zelle?
No, we don't do Zelle in UK.
No, what about Zelle in the US?
Yeah, so Zelle, you can Zelle in the US, and it's the same email address, which is donate@shore2019.org. But if you're in the UK and you'd like to donate, the easiest things are either the GoFundMe or just donate directly to PayPal, please.
How about the Chase Bank?
Chase, it's more complicated for a person in the UK to send money to an American account.
Yeah.
It's much easier for them to send, so whatever they send in pounds, the PayPal account just gets the dollar equivalent, and then that gets drawn down into
getting all
Naira.
these fractions.
Yes, that's why you get the pound, cents and
You
kobo.
guys know I don't like maths, it's a little difficult.
Questions and
donation of 2,000 naira from Owonu Raboni Akomove.
Thank you.
There's also a Samson Anderson Nosa for 2009.
2000. Thank you very much.
Yes, you have a question.
Yeah, people are not sure if Ibadan is tomorrow or Friday. So
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, Ibadan is now Friday.
Is there a plan for Ijebu Day?
Ijebu Day, Ogun State. We'll get back to you with regards to Ogun. It was supposed to be Saturday, but we were in.
And actually, your friend Ayola, that was on the couch the other day. He is desperate for knowledge on Ogun State because he's had a personal issue that might mean him traveling out of the country.
Okay.
So as soon as we have a date for Ogun, we'll announce that date.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the oil well in Delta State?
Oil wells. Oil wells belong to the owners, the people. I think would I don't know. That question needs to be a little bit more specific. So
Okay.
thank you, Amara.
Good night.
Yeah. We wish you could just say hello to supporters on the couch. Yes, please. Say Amara is visiting from Atlanta. Just come say hello to our people here. Just have a seat for a second. How are you, Amara?
Good.
Yes.
Doing well, yes. Glad to
So
be here.
she's you're visiting. This is not a political or politically affiliated conversation. We just want to say hello to her because she's been here with us and she's going to be around to the election. So just tell viewers what you do.
Yeah, so I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia, Nigerian American. I'm an organizer and do different work on different campaigns in the U.S. Around working class issues, and so I'm here learning about the movements that are occurring in Nigeria and in the continent actually at large. And so I'm excited to be here to learn about the great work in this take back.
Take it back. Have you heard about Take It Back?
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
I've been following some of the things that have been happening and feel really privileged to be here to get a close look of what's been going on.
Thank you. You said you're Nigerian American.
Yes.
It's not bad enough to be an American and you have. Yeah, Mara, thank you so much. And you'll be around, and she's gonna be around with us as well on some of our rallies, just to see how we do what we do.
Yeah.
Thank you for agreeing to come on the
Thank you
couch
for
with us.
joining.
Wish you best of luck. Be careful with pepper.
Yeah.
Tell them what's the food you like the best.
Oh, goosey.
Yeah. Me too.
Favorites.
Yes. That's my favorite.
Because
too.
it isn't that spicy, so you
Yes.
should be alright.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
See you soon again.
Bye.
All right,
Bye.
so thank you guys,
Questions?
Tamara. Do you have any more questions for
Time
us?
for the one.
And we'll be wrapping up in wait a minute. We're wrapping up soon. 10:40. We should be wrapping up at 11. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Any more questions?
It's been a long day. A few days. Go ahead. What's the?
Okay, from Louis Avi. Shora, could you tell us your plans on sports development?
Why can't they add president to the show, right? Just Shora like that. No, so I think probably you guys followed me today. I was at a seminar preparing for the Lagos Marathon. So, and it shows that the reason I don't discuss sports is that it's part of my gene, at this point. So I know what to do regarding sports. I know how to develop sports. I know several areas where we need. I'm a sportsman in 2 areas. I'm a swimmer, yes, and also a long distance runner. So, maybe I'll be adding, short distances as well to it. Because in this race, this presidential race, you have to learn how to run very fast
In case they come
after you. But sports sports is a big deal, look at, you can mention it, soccer, you can talk about, name it. There are areas where we can bring in revenue from, sports. It's a source of health, it's a source of entertainment, lifestyle. sports is pretty much everything, and that's why a lot of investment. And the good thing about sports is that you don't need to invest too much in it, although you have to invest in development.
Yes.
It's in whatever development you invest in a level of facilities, equipment, they go a long way to produce results over time. Like if you build,
the
a
stadium
or even a pitch, it can produce like several multi-million-dollar players. And if you let people swim, it can produce the Michael Phelps of this world.
Yes.
And so it doesn't cost much to prepare people for sports, and that's the way to do it is to catch them young. When I started running marathon, I had this whole crazy idea that I could win. The guy who was my coach said, "Don't worry, it's not gonna happen. Except you've been doing it since you're 10 years old." So if you start running at 10, the likelihood that you win a marathon is.
It's
very,
interesting
very
that you should say that, because a lot of Olympic athletes today can actually trace back their beginnings to public centers.
Yeah.
So public pools, YMCA, and countries that invested in scouts. So you're supposed to be there, you're supposed to be playing as a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, but somebody will be going past saying, "I want that boy," or "I want that girl," or "that one has potential," or "this one." And then they have sports academies where they incentivize the parents with scholarships and things like that. So even if you can't afford to send your child to that school or get that kind of training, the government puts training. So once again, we're back to deliberate governance. There's nothing, we're not going to do anything that hasn't been done before. What we're going to do is implement the will to do it. And actually,
I remember the songs that we used to have as Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts are coming, will you give them a way to go? Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. You guys didn't do anything. So there's a donation that came in from Zenith Bank from Izumezu Ferdinand Wakife for 50,000 naira.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. So we are making progress here. Sometimes we don't want to leave, but we have to get ready for the next year. I think there's some funding that came in from GoFundMe. Let's announce them. We have $150 from Temilade Alamudu. We already announced that.
Yes.
From Owabo is Susan, $100. We read Valentin Zongo for $50.
Thank you.
There's $60 from Fgum Rex and Angela Oriaki.
Oh yes.
$100 this night.
Thank you very much.
You have been an amazing support. Thank you, Angela.
Yes.
So that's where we are on that note. Do you have any other questions?
Hosanna Godliness is asking what your plans are for displaced people, those displaced by Boko Haram.
Oh yeah. So the immediate things we have to do is to make sure that they are relocated to places that can be temporary homes. And not keep them in refugee-like situations for too long, so that somehow they can be productive and resume life. They need to send their children to school. Nutrition is important, sanitation is important. But ultimately, defeating Boko Haram is the solution to returning people back home. And what happened recently is going to discourage a lot of people from going back home. Look at the liberated Baga, and then Boko Haram came and took it over again. Nobody wants to go back to that kind of very scary.
Can't rebuild
momentum.
it just
so sad what happened with the military being caught off guard, and that's why we have to change the commander-in-chief of the armed forces so that they have a commander-in-chief who is not handing over the flag to
gubernatorial.
So something is happening. It's very interesting on Facebook, and I saw it on Instagram. So when we did the NTA thing, Buhari guys were upset, like, oh my God, this guy just, and then they started looking for little mistakes. It didn't work. But now what they started doing is they said, okay, Sowore praised Buhari and they're now helping us to advertise it. They've lost their mind. They've lost their cool.
They're looking for whatever
so
they can.
they are now the ones cutting clips and putting out there, using it to validate their candidates. You know, it's you can't help them. You can't help the Buharidins. You can't help them. Did you say there's a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael Blessing wants to know what you're going to do about the ease of getting visa to other countries when you become president. This was
I think it's a function of again domestic policy.
Yeah.
If things are right in your country,
I'll be able to do.
they'll be bringing visa to your house.
Yeah.
Or they will exempt even your country from
Absolutely.
apply. There was a day I was traveling to one country, I think from the US, and to find out how many countries that are not even close to Nigeria in terms of resources are exempted from getting visa. I think it was Australia. I saw like some countries that you can't even consider to be. You never heard their names before. They're exempted from.
Yeah, they can go.
But they just take their passport and go there. So if you get things right, a lot of countries will exempt you. So getting things right is the priority for helping you to get a visa. And if things are right here, would you need visa? You need visa.
Question.
But if things are not okay here, it's a matter of time before Ghana start demanding for visa.
Yeah.
Even the Commonwealth that we belong to, they say we can't get visa.
Sowore, what's your take on employing foreign expatriates to do every single construction work in Nigeria, knowing that we have qualified indigenous
We're
companies?
very clear about this. Before a foreign expert, so to speak, is brought to do any work, you must have looked for and not found a Nigerian that can do the work, either in Nigeria or in the diaspora.
Yes.
That's clear. That's how they do it where I lived for 19 years.
Take it back.
So, and I'm not sounding nationalistic, so it's just the right way to do things. I think it's actually reciprocity.
Have you got one?
There's a question here.
Yeah.
Jeff Dynamic. Good evening, Mr. President. What will you do about some Nigerian policemen who are involved in cultism?
Sure.
Nigeria president.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, talking about violent crime now. Yes, they'll be treated.
They'll be pecked.
They'll be pecked. They'll be treated as criminals. One thing people must understand is that policing is a position of trust. So that's why in advanced nations, so even in every country, policemen are held to higher standard than regular citizens because one, you're giving them a gun and you're paying them to hold it and arrest people. So policemen must live above board, the same way judges as well. I think apart from judges, policemen are probably the most important officers of the law.
Yes.
So if they're engaging in crime, they will be treated as criminals, even worse than
Absolutely.
regular criminals will be treated. This Valentin Zongo actually left a message. He said he's from Burkina Faso.
Oh, thank you so much.
So he missed our revolution in 1987. Let Nigeria succeed in time through this great leader of our time.
Right.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
The world is watching us,
We have foreigners who are actually with us. The other guy that had, I think was selling Popov in the
Oh gosh, Cameroonian
Yes.
in Treviso. In Treviso, yes.
How do you know it's Popov?
She was smelling it.
Donnie, you're by saying, please tell Sowore that they are duplicating PVCs now. You should say it out so that police can be alert.
Okay.
Which ones? The ones doing cultism?
You want police to go arrest you?
Kazim is asking, don't you think we need electronic ID for every citizen?
Yeah, that's easy. Electronic ID is very, very easy.
Yeah.
There was a time I proposed that even policemen should carry tags that have readable tags.
Yes.
That you can use your cell phone to confirm if it's real.
It's like an actual policeman,
And
yeah.
some APC guys were making fun of us in those days, but
Of course, they don't want it.
yeah.
I think we have someone from Sana.
Yes, there's someone from Zene. Olajide Olabode Oluwadare, 5,000 naira.
Thank you very much.
Peter Fosa Festus for 1,000 naira.
Thank you very much.
You see, somebody confirmed it was Popov.
It is? Yeah.
First of all, yes, it was. I didn't want to say that I knew, so that I didn't get. But it was definitely for
You know when we went to Treviso? Where's Treviso?
Italy.
Yeah. There's Treviso, there's Napoli. I swear, Napoli is like Oshodi.
It's worse than Oshodi.
When we went there together. I was asking the guys. I had to say, like, you really left Nigeria to come to this place.
But someone was asking a question about making visas easy. If your internal policy doesn't work, that's what happens. People think
no, most people in
Napoli.
Napoli. What is sad, and this is on a serious one, they said there's a cemetery outside of Napoli where they bury people who die
on the sea, on the way.
So most people in Napoli actually went by
sea.
By sea, yeah. Dangerous. They
know all the dangers
that's
and
why
they're still willing to.
That's why they're very, very bitter. When you talk about Nigeria, they're just not they're not happy about it at all.
Yeah. This is a weird question.
Yeah, Sowore TV News are showing you right now. Please watch TVC now. Oh, they said they're showing me now.
And somebody check online first.
We don't
Mr.
have
President,
television here.
will you allow reggae music to play on Nigerian radios when you resume office?
We don't do oppression.
Afrobeats, reggae, Apala.
Emeka Valentine is asking what your plans are to open up seaports in the south.
Yes, we need more seaports across Nigeria. Who was with us this morning with the trailers that are packed from Pangrove all the way to Apapa? If there are seaports in the south, that would be unnecessary. By the way, we are clamping down on this.
On those things, those moving
but
fireballs.
it's not just about clapping down, you have to have alternatives.
Yes.
As somebody is from US here saying, please, Sowore, once you're sworn in as president, stop paying states their monthly allocations in dollars. They should be paid in naira. This will curb corruption and they won't have money to take away from the country. I don't know why they pay them allocations in dollars when it's not our local currency.
Because it's
I don't know how they paid them, but I think they are paid in naira. But the governors take the naira to BDCs, convert to dollars and move with it. It is prevention of stealing any currency that will solve the problem.
Yes.
They can figure out how to convert it. So,
cowrie shells, they will convert it. And they have the special rates, don't they?
And somebody was telling me today, how governors are using private jets. An average private jet that they like, they spend $7,000 per hour. And if it's private jet lands and you don't come back on time,
don't worry.
They said it takes 1,000 per hour until then you take another hour of flight. They said the number one culprit is Ogun State Governor, the man with the Pentagon, the APC guy. They said he uses private, and he pays in cash, in dollars.
But no money for schools.
No school,
no money for hospitals, no money for salaries, though.
And they said sometimes it takes private jet every day for 5 days, 10 days.
To where? From Ijebu to...
No, they always go to Abuja, they go to London, they go to all kinds of crazy places. The same thing they said, same thing with Akwa Ibom State, they have a jet, it went for maintenance, they brought in another one in replacement. When their jet came back, they refused to return the one that... Yeah, these guys are crazy.
This is Nigeria.
This is Nigeria. Look how we're living now.
Yeah,
private jets fueling now.
Hey.
Have you got a question?
There's a donation of 8,000 naira from Omolabi Rebecca Fumilayo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
There's a Olusegun Oyesonya for 15,000 naira.
Thank you very much.
There's Olajide Olabode Oluwadare for 5,000 naira.
Frequent.
Yes, Peter Fosa Festus, I mentioned that 1,000 naira. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
We're close to about 3 minutes to go.
To 11.
So, do you guys have anything else to add?
Nkashwide is asking what you do about providing clean water.
Clean water.
for every home?
Yes.
I think we do this in Spice Circle too.
It's not. I don't know. We have to keep explaining to people. From some of them are new people, but we have a document known as Spicer Heat, which is security,
Manifesto.
power. That's our manifesto, infrastructure, anti-corruption, economy, restructuring, health, education, agriculture, and tourism. And in it, we have. We have a section dedicated to providing clean water to our people, and we specifically even mention number of gallons of clean water we need per day.
Yes.
So, if you don't mind, because it's late and we're leaving, maybe we'll talk about it when we come back on the couch, that we can give you the specifics you need. Don't forget. But yes, we plan to provide clean water, not pure water.
Clean
There are
water.
two different things. Pure water sachets. Pure water in sachet is not the same thing as clean water.
But this is what we're saying about what is bakamu in English? The parts of the country with the filthiest water. Lekki, you can't drink. When you open the tap, rust comes out of the water. So the people who should be asking the hardest questions, the people who should be responsible for saying we won't take this, are the people who are actually taking it and drink just from AAC. So people ask questions from, Mr. Sherwa, what are you going to do about this? Questions that they don't ask the people who are ruling them now. Ask the difficult questions.
We met a prophet yesterday in Jos, Prophet Isa Elbuba. He said something that I cannot forget. He said, right now Nigerians are hated for a number of things. He said it's a matter of time before Nigerians are hated for their stupidity. If they continue voting for
the same people.
He said people will be hating us specifically as are you not Nigerian people that are used to voting for stupid people. Please don't let us get there. It's 11 o'clock. So one last thing, this guy says, I hear this all the time, I don't know what it means. Mr. President, well done, sir. Thank you, sir, for your service. What is my gain if me and my family did not campaign for
question.
you?
We know.
Waiting again.
Now you get.
Waiting again.
So when are you coming to Sangwa Gbadore? I'm ready to lead you down to Genesis Church for Richie. Genesis Church.
Oh, we were going to do that actually.
They keep sending me his number. I think a lot of people are in touch with him. He's interested, but we haven't heard back from him yet. But I keep calling his number. Maybe he's traveling. We'll go there anytime he's ready for us. Guys, thank you. Take it back. Action. No going back. Wow.
That was safe day.
Thank you guys. It's an amazing evening, and we'll see you next time. Maybe not the same place, but